Hello loves, welcome back to my channel and thank you so much for watching. Today I am sitting down, I am finally sharing the Dyson Airwrap review, everything that I've learned about this bad boy so far. This has been a highly requested topic to talk about, but because of the price, I wanted to really make sure that I used it a lot, that I got some pros and cons for you guys, because I mean this is truly an investment piece. It is very expensive and I want you guys to like get so much more than just, oh I like it and here's how I style my hair with it. Like I want you guys to get information from me in this video. So just know that that is why this has taken so long, and honestly I'm gonna share a tutorial at the end of this video with you guys on how I do style my hair, but there are a million and one tutorials out there for different hair lengths, different hair types, so there are tons of those. So the first part of this video is going to be spent just really talking about the product itself. If there's one thing you are looking for in particular, I do recommend using the chapters, which are like the timestamps down in the description bar. Like you can see them if you hover over the like time bar at the bottom of the YouTube video. That will kind of show you guys the different categories that I'm going to be discussing, so I hope that clears it up for you guys. Make sure to subscribe below if you are new here. I would love to have you guys join my YouTube fam, and let's go ahead and get started. Just realized I did not have earrings in for that intro. That is unacceptable. Okay, so this is the Dyson Airwrap container, holder, case, whatever you choose to call it. This is what it comes in, and I don't believe that this case comes in different colors. I've only seen it in orange, but I could be wrong. However, you can get the Dyson Airwrap in different colors. It is currently sold out literally everywhere, so I'm gonna link it every single place that I can find it online. I'm gonna link it in the description bar below, and hopefully one of them will be in stock. If not, I will keep you guys updated on my Instagram and in the like community tab here on YouTube when I see them come back in stock. But I know that right now, because we are just coming off of Christmas, they are out of stock in so many places. All right, so like I said, this is the case, and it does come in this pretty little orange color. It also comes with this little mat in it, and I use this to actually like to put the like products on when I pull them out. And then this is the little organization inside. I actually have the Dyson out right now on a few of the other attachments, but I'll go through each one of them with you guys and kind of just talk about them and what they all do. So I do have the Airwrap Complete, so they have a couple different versions of this, but this is the Complete, so it basically is made for all hair types. And this one comes with 4 Airwrap barrels. So these are the 1.2 inch, these are the 1.6 inch. It comes with 2 barrels because you can see the arrows here. They're supposed to point away from your face when you are curling. However, as you will see in the tutorial portion of this video, when you're curling your hair in a beachy wave look like I have, you actually are going to flip them upside down, and you still want them to face away from your face, so you're going to switch them. I will talk more about that in a second, but you have the 1.2 inch barrels and the 1.6 inch barrels. Honestly, they both create different looks, just like a curling iron, curling wand, anything like that. And this was actually a big complaint that I saw from people, is they were like, I don't love having to change out the head on the Dyson. Well, honestly, there is 0 cool down time with this and 0 heat up time because it is a hair dryer. So I know that may seem super inconvenient to have to like pop off one head and change it out for another, but you're not having to like wait for it to cool down before you can pull it off. You're not having to wait for the other one to heat up. So it's very, very quick. So these are the heads that come with it. However, these are not very long, and I have really short hair, and these are about probably the longest that my hair can be using these tips. So that was a huge complaint for a lot of people, and so Dyson actually came out with longer barrels, and you do have to purchase these separately. I went ahead and purchased them because I want to be able to use this on my hair when it gets longer. I want to be able to use it with my mom. So when you buy the attachments, you can get 1.6 inch attachments and the 1.2 inch attachments. God, I can't say that word. And I think one set is 40 bucks each, so they can be a little bit expensive, but again, we will talk more about this stuff in a second and why it's very healthy for your hair, but it is worth it if you have longer hair. So I do have these additional attachments as well. Another downfall that I'm not crazy about is that when you are adding these to your collection, if you want to still use all the compartments in the case, they don't have room for these. Like you can't pull, at least I haven't been able to find a way to like pull all of those little organizers out and store these in here. So these do have to be stored separately. Kind of inconvenient, a little frustrating that you do have to pay like 500 bucks for something and then pay like basically 80 extra bucks for these. But I'm being real with you guys. I want you to know the ins and outs of this before you purchase. It also comes with a pre-styling dryer. So this is not like the actual Dyson, I can't think of what that actual hair dryer is called, but there is a Dyson hair dryer and a lot of people love it. My hairdresser uses it and she swears by it. But this is actually meant to take your hair from soaking wet to damp, because you're gonna wanna do your hair when it is damp, not dry. So this does dry your hair still really fast. And I mean, I guess you could use it to dry your hair regularly from super wet to very bone dry, but if you're gonna be using the Dyson Airwrap, if you're gonna pay that money for it, I do recommend actually using it to style your hair. This is the round volumizing brush, and holy crap, volumizing it does. This is amazing. I actually have found myself using it a lot to sweep back the sides of my hair when I just need a little bit extra volume, especially on like day 3 or 4 hair. And I actually have been loving using this after I get done working out. When my hair is like a little bit sweaty, I will wait till it dries up. I'll put some dry shampoo in there, rub it out with my fingers so that there's no residue or anything, and then I'll use this, and it makes such a difference in my hair. It literally makes my hair look like it's day 1 all over again. So round brush attachment, and then honestly, I don't know the difference between these two. I think they work exactly the same. One of them is the soft smoothing brush and one of them is the firm smoothing brush. I genuinely have used them both. I don't see a difference. I think they both work amazing and they both do the exact same thing to my hair. One of them is a firm, one of them is a smooth, but they both straighten and soften my hair so much. So that is the attachments that come with the Dyson kit, along with the actual blow dryer itself. There are a few different little buttons here. So you've got the speed that you can control here. So there's low, medium, and high. That's the speed of the actual dryer. Then you've got the heat settings, so cool, medium, and hot. And then when you turn the blow dryer on, you're just gonna flip this up right here. I have it unplugged so it's not gonna make any noise. After you have this on your hair for about 10 seconds, I'd say, you just take the little button and push it up. There's a little blue dot right here. That's gonna give you a cool shot, so it's gonna really close that cuticle, cool down your hair, and help your hair really hold that curl. So that's kind of like the basics, the in and outs of the actual product that you get. So there is a lot that comes with it, but it is amazing, and I will talk about the actual like features and benefits of it now. I am going to read them off of the website because I want to make sure I don't miss anything. But something that I hear a lot of people say is that they really struggle to learn this tool. I am a research addict. I research everything like a crazy person before I buy it, especially when it costs this much. And so I had watched so many YouTube videos, so it actually didn't take me that long to learn the product. I do think it's like any other product where the longer you use it, the faster you get, the better you know it. But I think that every product comes with a learning curve. I remember the very first time I got a curling wand, I was like, what the freaking heck am I supposed to do with this thing? It took me so long to figure it out. And that's another thing I see online is people are like, well, for $500, you know, I shouldn't have to learn it. That's just not feasible. Every single product you are going to have to really learn. Just like a new curling iron or anything like that, you're gonna have to learn how to use it. So keep that in mind. The features and benefits of this. So it's called the Kawanda, I think is how I've heard people say it. So the Kawanda method is what is actually used to wrap your hair around the barrel. So when you are curling your hair, whether you do it the beachy wave way or you do it like a lot of people where I see they like will just kind of feed their hair into the bottom and let it wrap up, which I personally don't love because I feel like it only curls your hair at the bottom. If my hair was longer, you know, it would be a different deal. But when you wrap your hair around it, you can actually feel your hair kind of like holding on to the barrel itself, and that is the Kawanda like method. This does not pull your hair. It's not going to tangle your hair. I have used this on myself and my mom's hair, and we have completely different hair types and lengths. And that is one thing we've both noted many times is we have never had a tangle. It's never pulled our hair. So it is going to like suck in your hair, but it's not gonna like be painful. So it says the Kawanda to curl, the Dyson Airwrap Styler harnesses the Kawanda effect to wrap your hair against the barrel. This is what really sold me. So it says on here that there is no extreme heat damage. Intelligent heat control measures air temperature over 40 times a second to prevent extreme heat damage while styling. And one of the videos that I watched before I purchased this was Jen Atkins' YouTube tutorial. She's like a celebrity hairdresser. I've seen her a lot on like the Kardashians, like she does their Kardashians hair. And I believe she actually helped invent this. She talked about about in that video where she shares how she styles her hair, that she went to London a few times a year and was like seeing this product and talking with them about how hairdressers do hair and what's important. So I believe she helped develop it. And so she was actually where I learned that it's constantly measuring your hair to kind of make sure that it's not too hot, it's not going to provide any damage. And that is why, like, my hair is so soft and holds curls for days, but there is no damage to it. Like, my hair is probably the softest it's ever been and the healthiest it's ever looked since using this and like foregoing my curling iron. There is an easy clean filter, magnetic, removable, and washable with filter cleaning brush. I have not had to clean mine yet, but it did come with the filter. I have that actually in my styling drawer, but I've had mine for a couple weeks and I haven't even began to think about cleaning it because it just doesn't seem necessary. And one attachment I did forget to show you guys is this is how you actually take the tip on and off. So you just snap it on there like that, and if you want it to come off, just push the button down and it comes right off. So you can see. And just be careful and make sure the blow dryer is off when you do that, because one time I popped that little button without the blow dryer being off and it launched forward. So if you go on their website, like I've said about like the styling aspect, they have tons and tons of tutorials on how to style your hair, but overall cannot and will not ever recommend a hair product as much as I recommend this, because it is without a doubt been the reason my hair has felt so healthy the last 2 weeks. Like, I don't believe in coincidences, and you can't say it's a coincidence that literally once I start using this, I haven't used a curling iron. I have used one like in some front pieces to touch up my hair, but like I haven't curled my whole head of hair with a curling iron since I bought this Airwrap, and my hair has just never felt softer or been smoother. There are different ways to style. You can get so many different looks from this, but I am actually about to show you guys how I get like these loose little beachy waves, which are kind of like my signature waves. Like, I just like my hair to be in like a simple wave where I'm not gonna have to do it a lot. So I'm gonna show you guys how I do that in 1 second, but I do just want to cover it because I will talk and talk and talk about a product and then I'll get asked the question like, so do you recommend it? So I want to make sure I just cover that here. Yes, 100%. It is an investment, I know, but it is so worth it, especially if you have damaged hair. And that's all I really can say about it. I have talked for a very long time already, I know, but I just wanted to make sure you guys kind of get all the info ahead of time. The only cons to it really are that you have to buy these longer attachments if you have longer hair, and also that they don't store in the case. Apart from that, I really can't find something that I don't love about this. It's just, I think it looks from the outside in like, oh, it's just, you know, gonna curl your hair, oh, it's just gonna blow dry your hair, but how healthy it actually leaves your hair is such a game changer, especially if you like spend a lot of money getting your hair dyed or you have a lot of hair issues. Like, spending the money once on this and being able to basically always have healthy hair and give your hair the TLC that it deserves after, you know, you pay a lot of money to have it dyed, that's just really important. I don't dye my hair, by the way, if you are new here. This is my natural hair color. So I want to go ahead and share the tutorial now on how I curled my hair. So thank you guys for watching this portion, and if there's anything that you still want me to cover, just leave it in the comment section below. So I just took my hair down. It's actually in a really good spot. I left it in a towel for, oh gosh, probably an hour. While I just made lunch, got ready, did a couple things around the house. So this is actually about how damp I would recommend your hair being when you start. My roots are probably a little bit more wet than I want them to be, so I will probably still dry those. But the Dyson Airwrap is meant to be done on wet hair. I mean, it's literally a hair dryer. So just know that if a spot does get too dry, I do recommend like spraying it a little bit with water, but it's not the end of the world. Usually by the time I get to the front pieces, they are a little bit dry and it's not terrible. But this is my hair, just shampoo, conditioner, nothing else. Pretty ridiculous looking. So I am going to put a little bit of this Orbe Maximista thickening spray. I literally just sprayed my whole cheek. The last thing I'm going to put on it is a little bit of a heat protectant. So for this part, when I'm actually doing my hair, I actually section it, now that it's so short, in 3 sections, because I think 2 isn't, I don't know, I just don't love the way it looks when I'm curling 2 big sections versus like 3 smaller sections. And sometimes if I have the time, I'll even do them in 4 sections. But I'm gonna pull up the top thickest layer, and then I'm left with this. I'm gonna pull up another layer, and then make sure that none of the hair that's like by my ears or anything is down. And honestly, it's gonna take me longer because I'm talking to you guys through this, but honestly, when I do this on a regular day, it takes like 15 minutes. So this is what I'm left with, is just the bottommost layer. I actually am going to just dry this with the round brush. I'm not going to curl it because if you have short hair, you know that honestly, curling that bottommost layer, usually it just makes it stick out funny. It doesn't ever really look curled, so there's no reason to like spend your time curling it. So I use the round brush for this and just kind of blow it, give it a little bit of volume. And that's really that. So here you can see it's straight. It's, you know, nothing crazy. This is the shortest most layer in my hair, and I do like it to have a little bit of a curl under just because I think it does make it look a little bit better. So for this next layer, that is when we're going to start curling the actual pieces. So I do clip them just so that I make sure, you know, I curl everything, because I had a really bad habit when I first started of missing pieces. I'm actually going to use the little barrels that this one came with, that this like set came with. And the way it kind of goes is basically you're supposed to use these so that the arrows are pointing away from your face. Now, when you flip them upside down, as you can see, obviously the arrows change. So you still want them pointing away from your face, but I'm going to be doing like a beachy wave because that's what I love the most. And so I actually am going to make sure that the arrows are pointing away from my face with it down. Put the little attachment on there, grab I start with the back because again, I'm like terrible about missing the back piece. And it is so simple, you guys. I like can't explain this enough. You literally are going to flip it on, wrap your hair around it as if you were curling it with a curling wand. Wait like 10 seconds, give it a cool shot, and then pull the hair down and it's done. You can see there's like a full-on dry beachy wave. So that went from being a wet piece of hair to a dry and curled piece of hair. And I did forget to mention that because it does like suck your hair in, you actually can release your hand. Sometimes I'll do it to make sure I hold that extra little inch of hair out at the end, just to make sure that it like actually is straight and it doesn't curl itself under, but you can release the hair after it's wrapped around. All right, for the rest, I'm just gonna do the bottom layer and then I'll come back when I'm getting to the top. All right, we are officially finished with the bottom layer. Now I have to do the top. So what I do up here is slightly different just in the beginning, but then it's essentially exactly the same. So separate out the hair, and I am going to comb through this absolute chaotic mess. And then I'm gonna clip it. Sorry, this camera keeps going in and out. That's a good look for me. Then I'm going to take this side. For this part, what I'm gonna do is dry the roots with the round brush attachment because I want to really give my hair volume. So I'm just gonna stick that on. It's gonna take a few seconds and then I'll start curling my hair like normal. So it's really giving you that like sweepy open look. That makes any sense. So now we are going to just start curling. I am going to section off some of these pieces just because I think maybe I did do a little bit too big of a section, but it's going to be the exact same thing as before, where I want the arrow when it is pointing down to face away from my face. Okay, so my hair is officially done. I'm ready to go. Just kidding. So this is what it looks like after I finished curling it. I've got lots of volume. As you can see, like my hair is never this curly. All I'm gonna do now is take a straightener to some of the pieces up top, because as you can see, that cowlick be looking crazy. And then also pieces like this, I just kind of want to straighten them up a little bit. You don't have to do that. This side always seems to cooperate a little bit more than this side, but like just little pieces like that, I really like for them to be straight. And then apart from that, we are good to go. I'm gonna hairspray this, but honestly, it's probably gonna last me for like 4 or 5 days, even if I didn't hairspray it, because it went from wet to being blown dry. All right, like guys, and that is it for today's video. I hope that you enjoyed this. I am honestly just loving the way it feels, because it's like so voluminous, and I'm not gonna have to deal with it for a couple days. Like I'm not even gonna have to touch it, not gonna have to touch it up, nothing. So thank you guys for watching. I hope that this helped you guys kind of see like why I love the Dyson, and also kind of helped you guys like make up your mind on if you want to invest in this or not as well. So thank you guys so much for watching. Don't forget to go below and click the subscribe button if you are new here. I love you guys so much, and I will see you in my next video.